Sweet home.
Speaking of hardcore busted, this is really sad though, because I think that this person didn't. I don't like. It's like, how is this a crime? This is in that category. So the North Somerset gimp, this sightings. There has been somebody who's been arrested in the process. Now we've covered this over the last couple of years. It seems to be there is a guy that walks around. What is this? The North Somerset part of this is in the UK, right? And they finally got somebody. So they arrested a dude that I believe, let me see if they actually named him. I don't know if they actually named him. That'd be kind of like even upset if they named him. No, it was just a man in his 30s. That's what the BBC does well. I mean, at least that's like one of those things they do well in the UK is that they don't name their criminals until they've got them, right?
They try not to. Because you are technically innocent until proven guilty. And of course, the perp walk and the idea of guilt is very easy to instill in people's minds, and that is why it flips our entire legal system on its head so many times. But when it comes to gimp, right, just to sort of clarify what that means, this man was covered in mud, he was wearing blue latex gloves, and he was in a head-to-toe dark bodysuit. Now, I'm kind of with you, Henry. He was a public nuisance, I guess. He's been doing this for 3 years, but unless I'm wrong, I think he just stands there and freaks people out.
This is the thing. So I don't even know. This is the thing, too. Well, they don't even know if this is the
Oh, you think there might be multiples?
Right? There was a guy. So the gimp suit, the original guy, was seen in a full leather. It's like a $350 gimp suit.
I'll tell you one thing. Right? That's why fetishes, it really does depend on what's your economic status.
Oh, yeah.
Because sometimes, you can do any organic fetish you want. That's free stuff. I'm making it right now.
Yeah, you could steal a bunch of strawberries from the grocery store and shove them up your ass.
Absolutely. You could be Chris Farley, shove a tomato up your butt, call yourself a human salad, do whatever you want. But my God, $300+ for a gimp suit. And then how many times can you use it?
Well, I think with the gimp suit is, because you can clean leather, but it's an investment. It's you're thinking of your family. And you get it
Henry
all
Thomas,
in there.
come in the room. This gimp suit's gonna pay for your college. Yeah.
Can you zip me? Henry Thomas, can you
I had
zip
to
me?
do that yesterday with Sina Ghaznavi, or Saturday at our party.
Oh, yeah.
My Care Bear is zipped in the back, my little up, and so does his. And we went to the
I told him he had one set of zippies because he was like, will you zip me every single time he was going to the bathroom? Because then he popped the seal and then he went to the bathroom like 15 times. But then I was just like, I can't keep unzipping you. Okay. Where is my wife? Where is my, so the gimp suit was like, he'd stand right there, but he wore an official one.
Yeah.
Right. Like he wore a hardcore one and he just stand. And people got afraid. And the cops, their reaction has been like, it's not all he's doing a crime. It's not a crime. He's just creating a sense of inherent fear. It's inherent fear he's spreading, which you're like, who gives a shit, number one? Yeah, well, welcome to America. Yeah. First of all, if I can get with the program. When I don't know what to tell you. But also, he's just standing there. He's just standing there. And yet, he just looks weird. He looks creepy, sure.
Yeah,
and
go on.
But the guy that they got, the reason why they got him is that he approached a teenager, right? This is where it gets it. So he approached a teenager, and so the guy was not wearing the full gimp suit. It seemed that he was wearing some form of normal leotard, unitard type gear because he had latex gloves on, and he had covered himself in some form of crud.
It was indeed
some
mud.
Sort of white mud crud. Because the guy also will say, because according to the police officer, his outfit was shiny with some sort of liquid, and he was glistening in the torchlight, and he smelt really earthy. After he'd gone, you could still smell it because you could tell that he was covered in mud. But you notice they didn't say he smelled like shit.
No, he smelled very earthy, indeed.
He smelled
absolutely like so many of these wonderful organic mothers all around Arizona. Now, I will say, in this scenario, he wasn't just standing there. He did do something that our friend Holden McNeely might do and did do as a child. So once he's talking to this 19-year-old witness, who, again, I don't know, man. I'd be like, dude, you're in a gimp suit. Just kind of crazy. I don't think I would be scared. I'd be like, you'd be crazy, man. He did.
There's a guy. I would laugh. I feel like in the end, if I was 19 years old and I saw a guy come out of the thing covered in mud and fall down on the ground, start twitching back and forth.
That's how you became friends with Holden McNeely, and that's how Murder Fist, your sketch group, started. So he was, quote, unpredictable, flopping to the floor, writhing and grunting. That's what the teenager told BBC News.
I just love that he's the crime is that he's unpredictable.
Again, why is this a crime? How is this a crime?
How is this a crime?
So the teenager then said the man took a step on the pavement, arched his body, and flopped to the ground without putting his hands out to catch himself.
It's fun. It's Halloween. It's fun. It's just he's being creepy. Yeah. All right, but was he hard? Did he touch him?
No. And again, I'm not. This would not be a case of victim blaming because I'm not sure what the crime is. So then
I don't know what the crime is. How can we live our lives if just being creepy
then
and
the
weird
teenager
is
he
bad?
tells BBC News, I don't want this guy to be seen as a boogeyman, but this kind of thing, this invisible threat that he could be anywhere.
What are you talking about?
It's indirectly causing fear.
It is just a guy being stupid. He's just being stupid, man.
Indirectly causing fear is what I do every day as I'm just walking and you're scared of me and I've done nothing wrong. I am not a crime.
You know what's
legalized bad.
You know what seriously legalize being a gimp, a public gimp. You know what actually is? You know what causes fucking inherent fear and fucking an air of invisible fear? The one thing I will say is the scientists found a potentially hazardous asteroid. It was hiding in the sun's glare, and so that causes me.
Well, that's very scary, but what are we going to do? We don't have asteroid gloves. We don't have handcuffs. There's also, was it dressed in a large leather asteroid gimp suit? Because that might change everything. According to the Somerset police, no one has been physically harmed during any of these incidents, but we know that they have caused concern to the local community, and they are determined to identify the individual or individuals responsible to stop them. I'm going to say this right now.
Whatever,
they ain't doing nothing wrong.
Whatever.
And do we want to live in a cookie cutter world? Do we want to live in Germantown, Wisconsin, which is a real town that made all the houses look like they were from Germany in the 1920s? Bad messaging.
Technically, that sounds fun, but I like the Bavarian side of it, but not what all the Bavarian stuff.
It's not even living in a Lego village. It's living in a play school village. It's or a Playmobil village. It's as generic as it gets. No one has any expression on their faces. I say more gimps, more fun, have a good time with it. We got to strengthen these kids up. 19-year-old at the very least. I mean, you do have the right at this point also to punch them in the head. Have fun with it. Be 19.
I also now understand a little bit more about the UK and England in general to know that this was in the southern part of England, which is supposed to be like the modern part. It's supposed to be the part that's not all country and weird and haunted like the Isle of Man in Yorkshire, right? It's supposed to be like with it, you know? It's like, because in the end, wouldn't it be fun? Think about this. Instead of prosecuting these gimps, put them together and have them form a volunteer fire brigade. The gimp fire, activate your gimps.
They want to
Get
do
all
something,
the gimps
obviously.
Together, have them go. Why don't you say, hey, listen, if you're out wandering in neighborhoods at night, make sure nobody's robbing us.
Absolutely.
Be the neighborhood watch. That would actually be effective because then people would see all the pack of gimps walking around and they might think twice about coming to their own. Because to get through the gimp, you're going to have to spank each one
by one.
They think
I'm in the shadows. But I am the shadows. Although I will say in Kira Elston's case, it seems like, again, if there are freelance multiple gimps, some might be more dangerous than others. This is why it's very scary to go to haunts.
Well, that's everything, man. There's fucking, half the police officers are literal murderers. So yeah, a group of the fucking gimps might be, but a collective.
They're gonna have to self-regulate because she says her experience was terrifying. She says she's got an image in her head of this dude walking towards her and staring.
He's just staring there.
Well, in this case, he was touching his groin, grunting, and breathing heavily. Again, nothing that Holden hasn't done when he was a child in North Carolina. But anyway.
This is the thing, though. I'm not going to doubt this woman, but at the same time, what does she mean by holding crotch and grunting? Or did Gimp Man just have an itch?
We just don't know.
That's what you... That's why I'm gonna be his lawyer.
Eat you folks.
I'm gonna represent him. I'm gonna buy one of those wigs. I'm gonna go over there and I'm gonna show up in a gimp suit so I can normalize.
Well, you could show up in your wingman suit, which is a fantastic suit that you have with the big old, it's kind of a Mothman type, your bat wings. But anyway, what will be interesting in this, I think if you're the cops, you just got to sit them down. And you almost got to sit them down in what looks to be like a nice 1983 living room and just be like, son, what's going on? Like, this is because I don't know what the crime is, and they have yet to tell us what the crime is.
But I feel like if I was the father of my renegade gimp son, I would then, what we have learned, Kissel, the power of elder millennials, right, bordering on Gen X. We take the things that they think is cool, that the young kids think are cool. We start doing it. Now it's not so fun anymore.